Hey guys, it's Laurence here, and in today's video, I want to walk you through how you can sign your next 3, 4, 5 clients relatively quickly for your business. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, who the hell's this guy? If you've never come across me before, why should I listen to him? Well, I have signed roughly 800 or so clients online. I've also worked with more than 200 other business owners, helping them sign clients online. So I know a thing or two about signing clients basically, and I want to share with you everything I know so that you can sign your own clients online as well. And I've broken it down into kind of 4 simple steps. I take myself through, I take all of our clients through as well. And you can go through these steps and make sure that you are giving yourself the best possible chance to sign clients. And it shouldn't really take more than a couple of months to bring on, say, 3 to 5 new clients, and even quicker if you go down like a paid ads route where things are very instant. Step number 1 is all around positioning. What we see time and time again is we speak to 200 people every single month, 200 prospects, should I say, and probably 90% of them get all of their clients through word of mouth, through referral, through their network, and they've tried maybe doing some form of outreach in the past, and they've maybe worked with a different agency, and it just didn't work. And the main reason being is the positioning. People assume that they can run the same messaging, almost the same like business model when they're doing cold outreach as to when they're getting clients through referrals. And so when they have a very unique solution, what happens is when they get clients that come to them through their referrals and through networks, everybody's looking for the solution that they provide. But when you reach out to a complete stranger, if your solution is very unique, very few people are actually looking for that solution. So I'll give you an example. One of our clients, they are an app development company. They help people launch an app. They help launch an app very quickly. And in order for outreach to be successful using that particular messaging, somebody needs to want an app. They need to also know how long it takes to build an app, and they need to be unhappy with that build time and want to do it much quicker. So the number of people that are actually available for that is very, very low. So we have to change the positioning. We have to change the messaging, and it has to solve a common problem. This is what people get kind of mixed up about. It has to solve a common problem that keeps most of your industry up at night worried about. When you're able to solve a common problem, then you're able to see a lot of success and be able to get people's attention. Because if you're trying to solve a problem that people don't have, or it's not a big problem, or it's a problem somebody might have every 3 or 4 years, like a new website redesign, for example, the chances of somebody jumping up and saying yes, 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 or lots of people jumping up and saying they want to speak to you is very slim. It doesn't mean these businesses like web design, web development, for example, can't work, but they do need to change the way that they position their services, and they need to position themselves as a way that solves a problem. So they need to position themselves as a solution to the problem, which is probably a clearer way of saying it. So once we've done that, the next thing we need to do is focus on traffic. And there's a couple of ways that we can get traffic. We can either use paid or we can use outreach. They're the 2 different options, but ultimately we can have the most amazing positioning in the world, but if we are not putting that message in front of somebody, nobody's going to know that you exist. So we need to get eyeballs on your business, on your offer, on your messaging, on your solution, basically. If we can't get that, then we can't really go any further. So I'll go back to this in a second, but the next stage after traffic is going to be a sales process. So once we've got a sales process in place, we're going to have a predictable way to turn somebody from an interested party into an actual sales conversation. So what does a sales process look like? Well, it could be a VSL, a video sales letter. It could be a webinar. It could be a sales page. But basically, it's about informing somebody that's read that initial message, that you piqued their interest. Let's give them a little bit more information that's going to allow them to want to speak to you, to actually want to show up onto a sales call. So it could be a short video. Their webinar's got to be very long. So it could be a short video. It could be, you send somebody an email and you send them to a 2-minute video on a landing page that talks about what you do very quickly, the results that you get, the offer that you are providing your clients with. But it needs to be a scalable, predictable sales process, because if it doesn't work, you need to know why it doesn't work. And if it did work, you need to know why it did work, and you can optimize things as we go. And then finally, we need a conversion mechanism. And for the vast majority of you, it's going to be a sales call. It's going to be jumping on a call, or maybe, should I say, calls to understand whether or not you guys can actually help. It's a good fit for one another, whether it makes financial sense, explain exactly what you do, and start working with people. So that's the fourth part of the process, is that convert. So as simple as that may sound, everybody kind of fundamentally understands this process, but people get mixed up, they get confused, they maybe miss out one part of the process. Because if you miss out the sales process, for example, you might still get somebody onto a sales call, but their knowledge of what you do and who you do it for is so low that it's either going to not end up in a sale, or the sales cycle is very long, or they're not going to show up to the sales call, that sort of stuff. So you've got to make sure that you've got all of these in place, and not only in place, but working as they should be. The thing that I want to go back to is the traffic, because as I say, we've got paid and we've got outreach. And the thing with paid is you're obviously paying with money. And with outreach, you pay with time. Nobody wants to pay money, nobody wants to pay with time, but you can do a little bit of both. And what I mean by this is you can basically pay money to a VA so they can spend their time instead. You get the best of both worlds if you bring somebody in to help you do this. Now, what I don't mean by this is, right, hire a VA, go and figure this stuff out on your own. That is not ever going to work. You need to be the one that figures this out, and then you need to leverage somebody else's time to carry out the work. For me, there's one clear winner when it comes to outreach, and it's the thing that we focus on most, not only for ourselves but for our clients as well, and that is cold email. The reason we focus so much time and energy on it is because it works so well. Obviously, you've got different things like LinkedIn, you've got, maybe building communities, that sort of stuff, but cold email is by far the most effective outreach strategy today, right now. The reason that I love email so much is because ultimately we can choose who we target. We can choose at what volume. We can choose who we speak with on sales calls. So never ever, when you're doing cold outreach, should you be scratching your head saying, why are there all these leads unqualified? The source of it all, which is where you're collecting your leads, they're not the right fit, obviously. So it's very scalable. It's cost effective. I think we pay about $37 at the moment per call through cold email. Really cost effective, really easy to scale. It's not the easiest to get set up, but once it is set up, it works very, very well. Obviously, paid ads has its own advantages as well. It has its own disadvantages. But what I always say is that you should be working on your positioning, your messaging, your targeting through outreach. Because if you make a mistake with outreach, doesn't really cost you any money. The only thing it's costing you is you might have downloaded some leads that you've sent an email to, and you don't want to send them a following email next week offering something different. So it's very, very cost effective. And if you want to find out how to do this and how to get eyeballs to a new message, a new way that you're positioning your business, in the description, what I'll do is I'll pop a link to our free course, which walks you through how to basically use cold email to grow. So it teaches you how to set everything up, how to do everything basically. And if you get any questions around that, you can just ping me a message inside the course. It's kind of built in that way, and I can help in any which way that I can. So if you do want to go down that kind of cold email route, then click that link in the description. It will say like, hey you /free course, and you can learn how to do it basically. That is basically the 4 steps. It's around positioning, traffic, and then a sales process, and then converting it. The thing that's really important is that you remain consistent. So like with your sales process, when you are sending somebody to whatever it may be, whether it's a VSL or a webinar or a sales page, you remain consistent with that for a period of time, or for an amount of leads that you send to it, because you always want to be looking at the data. You want to be seeing what is working, what isn't working, and making adjustments. But you don't want to be making adjustments too quickly, and you don't want to be sending one person over here, one person over there, and you're not actually collecting any clean, usable data. So it's really important that you stay consistent. Same goes with sales calls. You want to make sure that you have a script, and you want to follow that script all the time, every single time. And then you want to be looking at your conversion rates and saying, it's not what it needs to be. I need to change the script. What do people react well to? what don't they react well to, and you can start to make adjustments and start to actually optimize and head in the right direction. Because a lot of the time what we see is people make all these changes, but they're making changes based off emotions and gut feelings, not off data and logic. And quite often they make a change and they actually go in the wrong direction. So it's really important that you stay consistent with all 4 steps. Again, if you want any help with the positioning side of things, there's a video on the YouTube channel. You can always comment below this video as well. Ask me any questions and I'll be more than happy to help. But as I say, if you want to get access to that free course that teaches you all about cold email, then yeah, just click the link in the description. And if you got value from this video, it'd be great if you could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to help the channel grow. And we're really trying to grow this channel, trying to reach more people. So if you can help in any which way you can, that would be great. And if you want us to come in and help build all these systems directly into your business as well, then we can do that. And you can see that in the description as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.